Hey guys, welcome to another Game Explained discussion. I'm your host, Andre Seegers, and this time we're joined by Josh Thomas and Rogers Base to discuss everything we know and want to see from Mario Kart 8 Switch, if that's what it's called. So let's get started. And I guess we should start off by saying that we don't know for sure whether this is a real game or not, of course. Nintendo hasn't officially confirmed it, and they did say that we shouldn't assume the footage is representative of final games. But for the purpose of this discussion, we're largely going to be treating it as a real thing. Especially since I personally think it probably is. And when I first saw it, I'm like, okay, it's Mario Kart 8, literally, it looks like the same game, whatever, show me what's next. But then when I went back and looked at it, I'm like, wait a second, hold on, King Boo from Double Dash is here, there are 2 item slots, like in Double Dash, and they are racing on Yoshi's Circuit from Double Dash. So, unless they're just completely trolling us, I am wondering, could this, be a pseudo follow-up to Double Dash just based around Mario Kart 8? So I went from having zero hype for what was a port to being actually really excited about this potentially.
Yeah, I mean, Andre, I think you and I are in total agreement. Double Dash is the king of Mario Karts, and anybody who disagrees is wrong.
Well, I guess I'm wrong then.
You are wrong.
Well, we knew this before we started the discussion, Roger. But yeah, so it is worth pointing out, though, that having 2 items at once, this does seem to be more inspired by Double Dash, the system they had there. But in Mario Kart Wii, technically you could have 2 items at once because you'd just hold one behind you when you'd grab another one, when you'd grab another item. Right. So you could do it before.
Right, and that's actually my biggest concern about this, is what if they really are just trolling us? What if all that stuff I mentioned was coincidental, and literally the only difference is you can hold 2 items? In which case, it will make it like literally every other Mario Kart but Double Dash and the first one, where you can drag an item behind you while holding something else. Because the only thing that was majorly different in Mario Kart 8 was that you could still drag items behind you, you just couldn't pick up something else while you were doing it. And I actually liked that about that game, because it kind of it gave you an incentive to use items to grab something else instead of just hoarding them. So that's my concern, is what if that's literally all it is? And in that case, I think it might actually be a step back from what Mario Kart 8 currently is.
So I'm gonna jump in as the Mario Kart 8 defender, because that's actually my favorite Mario Kart.
No, I like it too, don't get me wrong.
So yeah, but it's literally my favorite. Of all the Mario Kart games, I think I've spent the most time on Mario Kart 8. I adore that, and the reason I like it is not just because of the tracks that they brought back, and the fact that there's only 1 racer instead of 2, but I really love the Nintendo franchise integration. This is something that I have been wanting in a Mario Kart game for a really, really long time. And why I feel not all of the Mario characters that deserve to be racers in Mario Kart have had their chance to shine. I'm looking at you, Professor Egad. I feel like he should have totally been in a Mario Kart game already. I'm surprised that he's not. When I saw King Boo, I was like, oh, this is great, because we're probably just going to get an enhanced version of Mario Kart 8, which I personally think is the best Mario Kart, with maybe some new modes, some new characters, and then like you guys said, the 2-item thing, which I didn't even catch until Josh brought it up as we were talking about it after the Switch reveal came up. But I mean, I feel if they take Mario Kart 8 as the base, they add a battle mode to it, they add some type of new mode, maybe a 2-racer mode, maybe a Double Dash mode, which could be cool, instead of doing a whole nother game, just adding Double Dash mode onto some of these tracks, and then maybe add 10 new characters and then promise more DLC down the line, I'm down.
Yeah, I don't know if they would go as far as having 2 characters per card again. I think they probably feel like they're doing that by having 2 items, because essentially when you're playing by yourself, having 2 characters in a cart really mostly meant that you got 2 items.
Right.
Other than that didn't really do anything with the 1 player. Obviously with the co-op, that was really cool, you'd have 2 people in the cart, but I think maybe their direction might be, we're going to make it have 2 items. Which, by the way, I just want to point out, I'm just going to go into this, maybe, I love Mario Kart 8 as well, by the way, I don't hate it, I think it's great. The track design there is better than any other Mario Kart, and it's gorgeous. But one of my issues with Mario Kart 8 is it seems like they really toned down the items for me, and not only just what items you could get, but how frequently you would get them. There's a lot of imbalances in the items. For example, you'll get a blooper when you're in 8th or 9th or 10th place. That's really gonna get me in first place, that blooper. So with this game, I really like that it seems like they're saying, okay, well, we gotta adjust the items so you can get more of them. I mean, this is Mario Kart, it's all about this wacky racing, so having 2 items is, in and of itself, something that really, really, really excites me, because it addresses one of my major concerns with Mario Kart 8.
So I'm a little bit confused how that addresses your concern, because, if you get a blooper or coins, you're still stuck with them.
Yeah, but I mean, we still need to see if they've adjusted that kind of thing. But it does mean like I just felt like in Mario Kart 8, I never felt like I was really getting enough items. In Mario Kart, for me, I'm all about like, oh, I want to get those items, I want to get the items. So having the ability to get 2 of them and store one, like in Double Dash, I think not only for the racing will that make it more enjoyable and wacky, but the battle mode especially. Like if you've played any amount of time battle mode on Mario Kart 8, yes, believe it or not, I actually play battle mode in Mario Kart 8 to this day. Because I hate myself and I like to torture myself. But playing the battle mode with this setup in Mario Kart 8 is just really not good. You mostly get single green shells and banana peels. Like 90% of the time, you're getting a green shell of something or a banana peel. So with this, it makes it by default would make a battle mode more interesting as well.
Well, anything would make a battle mode more interesting.
Yeah, instead of just having it on the regular tracks, exactly. Yeah.
You brought up actually a lot of points there. I think if it really is just literally 2 items, that I do wonder if they might go back and address how some of these items work, or the frequency of them, or even what items are there. Maybe they'll add some new ones. I feel like they might have to rebalance the game if there are 2 slots. Because like as I mentioned, one of the things I do like is that by being only able to hold one, it did inspire you to switch things up. Like if you're in first place and you get a banana, and you maybe not first place, but like a higher position, and you get like something lame, there's a risk versus rewards. Like, do I want to hold on to this banana for protection, or do I want to try to switch it up? If you have 2 items, that risk goes away, because you can hold on to the banana while seeing what else you get next, and then just swapping to that as you wait for the next time to come in. So I hope they would address the balance, but I also hope, and well, in that sense, I hope that they just get rid of some of the items. Like coins, I don't care about at all. Those are just a really, like, I feel disappointed every time I get them. Give me something that I can at least try to do something with. Bloopers too, like, even though they do have an impact, they've screwed me over many times. As the person who gets a blooper, it feels too subtle. There's no, like, you don't know if that blooper actually costs someone to go off a track or not. You can only, so I'd be totally fine if they really change up how the items work, and I hope they do. I mean, something I really hope from this game is that, again, they switch it up. Make this game feel different. I would have less, if it is just a port with like a few new things, I'm not gonna be that excited for it. If there's more here that changes how the game plays, then that's when I start getting a little bit more excited. If it can make these levels and tracks feel different, if the gameplay feels different, that's when I'll get really excited, especially if it does mean a return of like a double dash mechanic.
So you bring up something that I really wanted to talk about, that me and Josh talked about on our discussion, which is that there's never been 2 Mario Kart games on a system before, ever. We've never had that. And you just talked about how, this would just be a regular Mario Kart game, but they would add a couple new features, just be Mario Kart 8 like an enhanced port. I don't necessarily believe we need a Mario Kart 9 for Switch. I think what they could do is go the Overwatch route, take Mario Kart 8 and iterate it on it throughout the course of the system. So over the lifespan of Switch, because the game is already beautiful, we're all in agreement, like Mario Kart 8 looks really good. Like the first time a lot of us saw it, we were like, oh my god, it looks like a Pixar movie, it looks great. So if you have that on this game, and you're just consistently adding updates, adding new tracks, adding new characters, adding new modes, I actually think having Mario Kart as like a platform, and then we were talking in our previous discussion about launch titles, launching with the quote-unquote Mario Kart game for the system that would then be iterated on it throughout the course of the system's lifespan would be really cool, different, and something that the Mario Kart team has never done before. And that would also give them the opportunity to like make really unique courses, bring in characters we've never had. I don't know. Thoughts?
I kind of really don't like this idea of us buying a game that's like half finished and doesn't really have all of its content, and then just being promised that content will trickle out. Andre, you'll agree, Double Dash, if you pop that in today, you're gonna love it today. It didn't get old, it's still fun. So this mentality of like, oh, it's good to trickle out the DLC, because then you never get bored of the game. I think great games are always gonna be fun, so I don't really know if it's necessary to constantly be adding content to Mario Kart on the Switch. But I will say this, if it launches fully featured and then they want to keep adding to it, awesome, that's the way to do it. But not, like a Splatoon situation to where it's like we got very minimal content and they gave it to us through time.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with both of you there. Like, I think, I definitely want the game to launch fully featured. At the same time, Roger, if they can keep building on that as a base, that's awesome too. Here's my problem though, is I wouldn't mind them doing that idea, Roger. I just don't want them to do it with Mario Kart 8. I've already played so much Mario Kart 8 and we've already had like some experience with what you're suggesting with the DLC. That's basically what you're saying. The DLC already added new characters, new tracks.
Right.
And one of the things I like most about like a truly new Mario Kart is like the little nuances with the gameplay changes, the controls, the handling. And that's something you're not going to get this time. Like, it's still the base experience. So, again, I'm hoping they're switching things up to some degree here, but they do want a base to build on continually. I really hope that's a new Mario Kart, just so we have something fresh to go into and they can build from there.
I mean, that's unprecedented, though. Like, just, again, to clarify, we've never had 2 Mario Kart games on a system before, ever. And this would go if, like, we ended up getting a port of Smash Brothers, it'd be the same thing. Like, we've never gotten more than one of a game on a system before. So to launch maybe with, like, a port of an old Mario Kart game and then make a new Mario Kart game, I don't know, that's crazy. That's crazy to me, that, like, there would be 2 Mario Kart games on one system.
Yeah, but one is, one is a port. It's kind of old news. I mean, again, we don't know how much they're switching it up, for sure. But I feel like it's kind of different when you're dealing with ports. Like, on Wii U we're gonna have like 3 Zeldas, right? But if you count the ports, but really there's only one new one, so...
I have a theory I'd like to throw out here at this point. Mm-hmm. What if the footage they showed us for this Mario Kart Switch game was really just totally serving the purpose of, hey, we gotta show Mario Kart, let's just put together some quick little thing, which is not necessarily indicative of what the Mario Kart will be like on this. So what if it's like, what we saw there, the final game is nothing like that. So everybody's thinking like, oh, Mario Kart 8 port, Mario Kart 8 port. What if it's like, no, it's a totally original game. That's just what we showed you in that 5 seconds to show you that you could play Mario Kart in the back seat of a car or van.
I would have thought that.
Like, what if this is just a thing that they just wanted to show?
I would have thought that if it was all old content. But the fact that we saw Boo in the 2-item thing is just like really specific. So, I don't know.
But even the interface is the same. Like, they wouldn't even change the interface? Like, the font and the little everything around? Like, they wouldn't even change that?
So, I mean, I actually see this one going both ways. I mean, you're right. I mean, it's suspicious that... I mean, the fact that they showed it makes me think it is an enhanced port. And we've had those rumors, too, from Emily.
Yep.
Emily Rogers has been pretty on point, mostly, that Mario Kart is an enhanced port. At the same time, if this is a tease of the next Mario Kart, that would actually be awesome, considering what they decided to tease us with. As I mentioned, all those Double Dash elements. And if this is, like... If that is a tease of that coming back potentially, oh man, that'd be huge. But I am very much in the camp that this is an enhanced port.
Do you remember? This wouldn't be the first time Nintendo advertised a new Mario Kart to us in a very strange way. Because do you remember when they first showed us Double Dash? Mm-hmm. They literally just took Super Smash Bros. Melee models and put them in a car and just randomly had them.
Oh, I remember
so
that.
They're no strangers. They're no strangers to showing us a weird introduction to Mario Kart that in the end is nothing to do with what the final game turns out to be.
That's a good point. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm hoping there's more here. Those hints just feel like too much, but could be coincidental. I will be disappointed if it's just straight up holding 2 items. I'm hoping that there is a mode here where there is the Double Dash style switch mechanic, and in that sense, it would make sense. In single player, you hold 2 items I don't know if they would even divide it that way, but in the single kart racer mode, you'd have 2 items. But if you want to play with 2 racers, then you have, that's when you get the character switch mechanic and everything. So I think it makes sense to have it as a mode, and I think they opened up the possibility of the Double Dash style mechanic coming back at some point when asked at E3. I forget exactly what they said. But yeah, I just hope there's more here. So that's...
Well, I think I'm gonna ruin your dreams a little bit here. If you look at the carts in Double Dash, you can see they were clearly designed with like a platform in the back for the other player to sit on.
Oh yeah, totally.
These carts don't have that. They don't have anywhere that another character could technically be hanging.
Yeah,
out.
I mean they're Mario Kart 8. They're Mario Kart 8 vehicles. So I mean I'm hoping there's different. I mean there have to be different vehicles. So maybe I'm hoping for too much change here, and but I just feel like it's so weird they're teasing all these elements when if you're literally just holding 2 items, that's not Double Dash. That's any other Mario Kart but Double Dash. So it'd be they would be just trolling us at that point, and I'm really hoping they're not. Especially because this game makes so much sense on the Switch, not just because of the name, which literally makes sense. We're switching characters, but also if you bring this with you somewhere and it has the 2 controllers built in, you can play on a single cart that way.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Actually, I would really like that.
The original slogan for Mario Kart Double Dash, and I'm not ashamed to admit that I remember this, was drive, throw, switch. So,
oh my god, man! Oh snap!
Mario Kart Double Dash 2 confirmed.
The prophecy is being fulfilled.
Oh man. Let's assume that's not the case. What else would you want to see from this port? What else do you think they can do or add or change? Which actually,
do you guys hear that? There's like a voice coming through. What is it saying? Battle mode. Did you guys hear that? That was weird.
Yeah,
battle mode.
that really is the obvious one, right? If you add block 4, we're set. Like, I don't even care if it's just block 4. That alone to make it a huge improvement from Mario Kart 8. So,
and obviously, I want battle mode too, but like, I just want more Nintendo characters. Like, give me.
Is that really what it comes down to? Just more Nintendo characters?
That's what I want. Like, I've wanted for so long a Super Smash Brothers kart because I've kind of gotten like sick of just the Mario Kart brand. Like, I mean, I like Mario Kart games; they're fun, but to me, they don't have the same magic that they once used to. And so if they add more of those tracks, like more of the things like Big Blue, when we saw the Big Blue track for the first time, and we heard the Mario Kart 8 rendition of the music, and then we saw Link on the back of his, like, it's just, and we went through Hyrule Castle. All of those things were amazing to me. Animal Crossing, seeing Isabelle riding through the little town, hearing the town like change with the different seasons. I want more of that. Like, I want them to, obviously I want battle mode, of course. Josh could talk about battle mode for like days, but, and I believe me, I want it too. I'm not saying that like I don't want it. I'm just saying that like I really would love to see another, like, what's it called when it's a cup, right? When there's 4 of them.
Right.
It's crazy that I always forget. Yeah, but like a new cup with at least 2 of the like new Nintendo areas. Give me like a Pikmin area. Give me a Star Fox area. Give me something that like would fit within this world, and give me new Nintendo characters. I would love that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I feel like I think I might have mentioned this when we did a discussion on Game Explain for, I think it was Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, we did it for that new show that we haven't launched yet.
Right.
Spoilers!
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, listen, spoilers from 7 months ago. But, well, I'll just say it anyways. I feel like they're to this point where the retro cups, where they redesign an old course, they've done a lot of them, and they're going to get to this point where they hit a wall and they're like, oh my gosh, we've redesigned all of the retro courses. So what if instead of retro cups, they have the 4 Mario Kart cups on the top, which are completely new Mario Kart themed courses. Mm-hmm. They're all great. And then the bottom cups, instead of being retro cups, are Nintendo cups. Mm-hmm. So we've got like, all courses. What would that be? That'd be 16 courses that are based on Nintendo properties. Pikmin and Kirby and Metroid and all that stuff. That would be amazing. Replace the retro cups with Nintendo cups, and oh my gosh.
I mean, that's like my
incredible
dream come true. That's what I would honestly want more than anything else, is I want to see more Nintendo stuff. Because, I mean, it's just, like, there are so many characters. I think we even did discussions on this on your channel, Josh. Like, we talked about other characters we wanted to see in it. Like, Pikmin is one that, right off the top of my head, like a racetrack where you're sort of like shrunken down to the size of a Pikmin, racing through these giant flowers and Bulborbs are running across. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I need
ramping off of leaves and stuff.
Oh,
yeah. Oh my gosh. It'd be incredible.
Yeah.
That really would be. That'd be pretty great. Yeah, I actually am a big fan of the Nintendo tracks, just because it's so fun to revisit those locations and the Mario Kart style and racing through them, to see how they incorporate those elements into Mario Kart, which is kind of nuts. It's like, why are we in Hyrule? Well, who cares? It looks awesome.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of Mario Kart purists out there, and I totally get it. I respect that maybe they don't like the idea of it becoming Smash Brothers type kart, but if it was like, like I said, the top 4 cups are your Mario Kart, tracks, and there's tons of Mario characters and then stuff like that. And then imagine like Nintendo items, like you get a Metroid and you throw it at somebody and it clings onto them and just starts sucking away at their brain or something. This is like, and it slows them down.
This is what I want. This is what I want. Exactly.
Oh, what if? Okay, so I'm gonna throw out another idea here. I was trying to think of ways they could reuse existing assets in new ways, as an enhanced port. And what would be awesome is if they had like a true like story mode, where like there's like objectives to do on these courses, kind of like what they've done with the missions in Mario Kart DS and even Wii to some extent. In the online mode, but they made it an actual like story mode. Like Peach gets kidnapped again, who knows? Whatever. If you go race around these courses, beat the Koopalings, who knows? You get add boss races like a Diddy Kong Racing. But as part of that, you can incorporate these other Nintendo elements as well, like where you do have to visit Zebes for some reason, and in order to maybe even bring in, what if that's how you unlock the characters? Like you go to Zebes, cool. You unlock Mammoth.
Manmus is what I am when I cosplay as Zero Suit Samus. Zero Suit Manmus.
So you unlock Samus and you add her to your roster. Like, I feel like there's so much potential there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're thinking way too pie in the sky, but that would be awesome if they did something like that. So.
I don't necessarily think though, like adding a hub area similar to Diddy Kong Racing would be too pie in the sky. Like that would be cool. It's like if they just kept all the same even if it was an enhanced port, if they kept all the same tracks or whatever, but they put like a hub area that you would drive around in, and then maybe you would like drive into a little pit stop area, and that's where you customize your car, and then you drive into whichever cup you want to do. Like that could actually be cool and something they could feasibly do in like the 1 year of turnaround they have to like sort of hammer this out for launch. They could easily add a hub world, and that would be really cool.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, and a hub world would also serve a big purpose if, Roger, like you said, they plan on updating the game through time with new content. It could be like the key location where you would like activate all that or get to it. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, is there anything else you would like to see changed at all from Mario Kart? Maybe on a smaller scale or broader, I don't care, whatever you want. For me, I mean, this might be a little bit controversial, but I'd be fine if they got rid of customization entirely, and unless you had like the garage, that'd be cool, as you mentioned, where you actually drive to. But I feel like it just slows down the game. Like, I don't need to customize everything, especially once I find the set I like, I stick with it. Just give me different carts, like, and that way when I play multiplayer, I don't have to wait 20 minutes while everyone figures out their ideal setup.
So I agree with you. Remember I feel like the carts in Double Dash are fantastic because they're so specifically designed to be what they are.
Yep.
Whereas when you make this sort of setup where everything's like a Frankenstein cart, it doesn't really have such a distinct feel to it.
Totally.
And while I have enjoyed customizing the cart, I think that's a really cool direction they went in, I would really be okay with Nintendo's brilliant designers to just design one solid cart for me again. Mm-hmm. Like I think of the barrel for Donkey Kong and Double Dash, and there was like a Yoshi cart and
the warp pipe. I remember the warp pipe with like Petey
Piranha. The warp pipe. Yeah. So I feel like, Nintendo, you got this. Just design the carts for us.
Right.
Or if they're going to continue down the path where you make your own cart, they need to give us the option to like save presets. This is my cart. When so-and-so comes over, he's got his under his data, like his profile. He can, use his and stuff. So being able to save the combination, especially when playing online, it would be a must, I feel.
Yeah, I'm actually going to use that as my choice, too. I really want them to add save presets of customized carts. That is great. That's a fantastic idea, and that's something that would really speed up the process when I'm playing online or playing with friends. Yes. Break presets, please, Nintendo. I know you're listening. JC, I know you're out there, man. Make this happen, my boy.
I want to be able to name my presets as well. I want to name my crazy cart that I made. The Speedy Joshi.
I don't want to see those names.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Online. Well, you wouldn't see it online. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm
Voice chat. That's something else you wouldn't see online.
That's true, but we'd need like a headset for the Switch. We'll see if they do that.
Yeah, that's a good one. Because there doesn't seem to be any microphone or even there's no camera on the Switch either. So.
I mean, there is the headphone jack, though, so maybe it's going to be like a combo headset kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, they could also do like a Bluetooth type thing, too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Maybe the USB ports on the system are going to be used for Wii Speak. It's making a comeback.
Oh, God.
I still use my Wii Speak channel. That's how I talk to people. That's like how I make phone calls.
forgot that was a thing. I forgot that was even a channel. Wasn't there only one game that supported it, really?
City
like
Folk,
Animal
right?
Crossing? City Folk, yeah.
It was City Folk, I think. Yeah.
Wasn't there? No, there was something else. I think the Conduit had like Wii Speak.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Right?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I remember there was a time when Nintendo was like not allowing developers to use it anymore. I think High Voltage Software couldn't use it for the sequel or something like that. Mm-hmm. Nintendo said no.
Weird.
So yeah, voice chat in Mario Kart would be nice.
Yeah. I don't think it's like the biggest thing ever. Like I have fun playing Mario Kart even without it. But when I'm playing with my friends, at least, I'd like to talk to them.
I was just gonna say, I mean, they could easily do it if you're playing publicly or you're doing like a public course thing. Then you can't do it. But if you're in a private match, then you'd be able to do it. Yeah, I mean that would be an easy workaround.
Yeah, and I think that also brings up something else I want to point out. There's not a lot of options to customize when you're playing with your friends. Like, if you and your friends want to do stuff, like, again, with the battle...
It's a good way to keep up to date on everything we post. And, of course, keep an eye on Game Explain for more on Mario Kart 8 Switch, hopefully at some point soon, maybe, and other things gaming as well. Catch you guys later. Bye.
Your friends and creating, like, tournaments and stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I think we're about done here, guys, right? Anything else you want to add, or is that it?
Just released Mario Kart Double Dash from the GameCube on the eShop for Switch, and
oh my god!
There you go.
Make that the upgraded port. Forget Mario Kart 8. Go back and upgrade Double Dash.
Well, in a lot of ways, they have remastered Double Dash, but just incrementally through the Mario Karts with like the stages that they keep adding. Mm-hmm. But it's not the same. I get what you mean. It's not the same.
Roger, anything else?
Add Mr. Game & Watch as a playable racer. That's all.
Oh, man, what would he even do with his map?
Like, I don't know. You do something crazy. That's why I want him to do it. He's my main in Smash Brothers. I want to see him in Mario Kart. That's it.
Yep.
Throw Mr. Game & Watch in there.
What if they made the entire map flat? It was like, what if they styled it like it was a Super Mario Kart map, where they use like mode 7?
Oh, that would be sick! Oh,
Would that be sick? Oh man!
Oh, I want that so bad! Oh, I want that so bad.
I think we should just develop this game ourselves.
Yeah.
With all these ideas.
That would be so amazing.
I'm gonna throw one more thing out there. Do you have any ideas for any potential new items they could add? Like, is there anything you've wanted to see added to Mario Kart over the years?
I actually have one off the top of my head. This is that I've always wanted, that I'm surprised they didn't add this after the success of Galaxy, is there should totally be a Luma item, and then what the Luma item does is when you summon it, you're able to use, you know how they have like the pointer with the Galaxy games? Obviously you wouldn't have the pointer, but you know how you would like point to the little circle things that would pull you forward? If maybe when you had the Luma item, you would pull forward to the slot of the person directly in front of you. So like if you shoot the Luma
like
out,
a magnet.
Exactly.
Racing.
Exactly. Only thing is that it would be a Luma instead.
I like that.
That'd be great. I like these ideas. I'm cheating a little bit because I actually already designed this for an episode of Make Believe. I just didn't detail what it did. And Andre, you'll appreciate this. So it's a Sunshine themed item.
Of course.
It is a big goop ball of that sludge from Sunshine. And you throw it and it lands on the ground and it's like a puddle of the sludge. And when anybody drives over it, it has different reactions. So like there's maybe 3 different colors because we're in Sunshine, like 3 colors of sludge. Mm-hmm. So maybe it can electrocute you. Maybe it can just act as like a slippery thing. Maybe it can slow you down. And I think that it's the type of item that you would need to have a system that's like kind of powerful to pull off. And obviously with the Wii U, we saw all the paint in Splatoon. So I think that would work. I think it'd be a cool little item, like a sludge ball from Sunshine, and it does various things.
And actually, I got one other one too that I wanted to throw in while you said that, because I like that idea. Is the hand from Mario Maker. That would maybe like draw in obstacles. That was the hand would come down and draw in an obstacle on the track, and the obstacle would stay there throughout the course of the track. So maybe it would draw like a wall in a certain area that now you can't drive through. You have to it would like block a path, and you have to find another way around it. I think that would be really cool. And I thought of that the second you mentioned the goop balls, because I thought maybe she could like draw in the little goop ball thing, and then you have to drive around it. I don't know.
I like where you're going with that. I feel like, in the way I'm envisioning, it feels like it just break tracks. So what if, I'm going to modify that idea.
Okay.
What if, and it kind of plays into our Nintendo idea, or like our general Nintendo card idea, what if they had a Mario Maker track where that exact thing happened? And what if, based on that, they could like loop in other Mario spin-offs? That's something we haven't really seen. Like, they don't do stuff with Paper Mario, really. They had, I guess a Dry Desert track, but even that didn't really feel like the one from Paper Mario. Like, so what if they started bringing in more Mario spin-off ideas?
I'd be cool with that.
Well, they do have Paper Mario characters in Mario Kart. Toad's in the game. What are you talking about?
And you can have 12 Toads in your race, even.
Boy.
Oh man, alright. Okay, Roger, where can people find you at?
Roger's Base everywhere, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Twitch.
How about you, Josh?
I think you found me on the BitBlock anywhere.
And you have an Instagram too, right?
And Instagram. Instagram is where I spend most of my time. JoshyPants86. Why Joshy Pants? I'm glad you asked, Andre. It's a reference to Kirby's epic yarn when Kirby said, "The world feels like pants."
Oh, that's cute. Nice. Alright, and of course, guys, if you liked our discussion, make sure to like and follow us on Facebook and Twitter at GameXplain. You can find links to them in the description below. It's a good way to keep up to date on everything we post. And of course, keep an eye on GameXplain for more on Mario Kart 8 Switch, hopefully at some point soon, maybe, and other things gaming as well.